Watching out for you tonight, some Coloradans could be making more money soon. The state's Department of Labor and Employment looking to expand rules when it comes to overtime and base pay.
News 5's Allison Zimmerman joins us in studio with a closer look at the impact on business owners and employees.
Yeah, Rob and Elizabeth, and for employees, of course, the big question is always, what's my paycheck going to look like? If you're an hourly employee, no matter what industry you work for, your employer will be required to follow these overtime rules. And if you're salaried, depending on what you make, you might be entitled to overtime pay. The season is slowing down for non-construction, and workers are staying busy at their office.
I think there's a lot of construction companies, especially the smaller ones, that pay closer to minimum wage.
They primarily work on commercial projects, which the state requires them to pay overtime for. And with the state's growth, there's a lot of competition for getting workers.
When we chase a project, it's very typical for us to chase it against 12 other contractors.
Which is why the company offers more than the minimum wage and overtime to its hourly employees. If the state approves some new rules, more companies could be required to pay up when it comes to overtime.
There is starting to be a cumulative effect.
The Colorado Springs Chamber says there's a need to update these rules, but this, paired with other legislation at the state level, is concerning for businesses.
You know, businesses want to be doing what they do best, whether that's making a product, delivering a service, and the more administrative burdens and costs that we put on them, the more difficult it is to do business, the more difficult it is to grow business.
The rules would also change the base salary for employers to not pay overtime. Starting in 2021, if you make less than $42,500 a year, your employer will need to pay you overtime. That base pay goes up $3,000 every year after. Lasar says his business won't be impacted, but he can still see the effect on the industry as a whole.
But I could definitely see a lot of companies getting hit by it and having extra cost because of it.
And there is a public hearing on this in Denver next month. If these rules do get adopted, most of them would go effect in March of 2020. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Allison Zimmerman, News 5.
Thanks.